Everybody, welcome to 360. It is the 24th of May, and we're at it again. Big recaps to cover from the last week. A lot of things happened that were unbelievable. What I'm going to do is I got to go check my YouTube channel. I'll turn over to Red, and I'll be right back.
Thanks very much, Marty. Hello, Chris Johnson. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you for stepping into my shoes yesterday. Obviously, once again, publicly thank everyone for all the birthday messages that you sent out yesterday. Pretty overwhelming, really, to the amount of people that took the time to wish me a happy birthday. So onwards and upwards, we are now full on back into ONPASSIVE mode. And as Marty said, today we're going to cover what has been said over the last week. An awful lot of information actually has come out over the last 7 days as far as ONPASSIVE is concerned. We had a full day on Saturday, and then obviously we saw Ashton Farah on Monday Fun Day as well. And obviously there's been a few bits and pieces happening in the back office, which we're going to go over as well today. Without further ado, then I'll hand it over to Chris Johnson. He'll say his part, and then we'll circle back round to Marty.
Hello, Mr. Red. I'm glad you had a phenomenal birthday yesterday. I enjoyed it. Filling your shoes is not an easy task. Marty DeGarmo, you're looking good as normal. I know Marty has a lot of busy mornings, so a lot of us have been real busy in the morning, guys, so bear with us. I do want to send out some prayers for all the angels and for anyone. Narelle Warcon rushed herself to the hospital yesterday. Blood work stating that she was having a heart attack. Now she's doing great. She's stable. They're bringing some more specialists, cardiologists, to see that she might need a stent. So please keep my beautiful sister and your sister in your hearts and prayers for some from good love. Narelle's one of the good people. I love her with all my heart. So Marty, you let me know. Thumbs up. Okay, it's all yours, brother.
Already. Yeah, definitely prayers for Narelle. It's a sad thing, but it sounds like she's a strong woman. We all know that. So, but prayers always help. Yeah, unbelievable weekend. Starting off on Saturday, we didn't really know what to expect, and as always, things happened that we could have never guessed. I looked into that car show that we saw where all these probably millions of dollars worth of cars there, influential people driving them, obviously. And it's a big deal for ONPASSIVE. If you get a chance, we were there live, but if you did not see the video that the company put together from the beginning to the roads, to the highway, into town, traffic stopped, and watching these photographers catch them as they go around the corner, catching the sign on the side saying, ONPASSIVE. I'm telling you, that's a big deal. They do these kind of road rallies all over the place. And remember, the people that can even afford these type of cars. Now, look, I wouldn't buy a car like that if I had the money. For one thing, I couldn't fit in it. But they're beautiful people. There's millions of car lovers. There's millions of people that their dream cars were going by. There's some people on ONPASSIVE that maybe one day, as things happen and they build their business, if they work it a little bit and the company's working, could probably get a car like that. And that's pretty cool. And that's some people's dream to have a car like that. But with these people driving it, remember, especially when you have a club like that, if you could join that club and you're in a car show like that, they know a lot of people, and they know a lot of people that are influential with that type of business. They have these supercar rallies all over the world, by the way. I mean, everywhere. And people join them. They're together because you have something in common with somebody that has maybe a Ferrari or, whatever. And it's pretty cool stuff. I love cars. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I'm a muscle car from the old days, the Akuta with a Hemi in it. Yeah, I'll take that any day. Okay. So, but no, it's beautiful. We had a chance, Mr. Mufara stayed on the webinar for us going on 7 hours. He got to speak just relaxed. He looked very relaxed. He talked about things that are going on. He talked about, because he was forced into the issue about how much he's giving. Okay. I know a lot of people, they look at stuff and they don't really, what can I have? What can I have? We've been blessed so far. Think about what we do have. Myself, Red, Chris, everybody I know could never, ever represent myself on the Burj Khalifa in a train station that has up to 1 million customers a day, to being in Egypt where they're building from now, they're starting to build this city that is dedicated to tomorrow. We have Dubai, it's dedicated to tomorrow. This whole area of Dubai, if you look at the history, and I've been trying to check it out in my spare time, what they went from and why they did it and why they're going to where they're going. And what they did, they always thought ahead. They're in the desert, they have oil. They said, look, what happens when we run out of oil? It's going to be like a light switch. We need to think ahead. So they built this oasis in the sand of one of the biggest attractions in the world. Then they said, what are we going to do? Not only are we going to build this oasis, they have one of the biggest aquariums, they have one of the biggest screens, they have an indoor ice skating rink. This is in the desert again, let me remind you. Then what do? They build the tallest building in the world on sand. Now, listen, I don't have to know about architect, I don't know how I have to know about foundations, but somebody got some brains to be able to do that in the middle of the desert. And what a beautiful, unbelievable building. Then what happens? Up the side of the building is ONPASSIVE. I couldn't buy a pixel that's on that screen, okay? But think of all that happened. And when you look at it, don't look at it like that's what ONPASSIVE did. That's what ONPASSIVE did for all of us. That's the part you got to get baked in your head. All of that was for us. Mr. Mufara never had problems making money. He knows how to do it. In fact, he could have took this, 5 or 6 friends, and been the richest man in the world, my opinion. That wasn't his desire. His desire is to enable others, good-hearted people, because he knew if I gave them the resources and I gave them the platform, they're going to do good for others. He told me one time, what can I do? I go out, I give food, I give water to the poor, I bring my children. He teaches them from a young age that giving is the best thing, but there's only so much one man can do. What happens if you empower 1 million people and they have that same kind of heart? I don't know if it's the same kind, but close to Mr. Mufara, because I don't know anybody like him. But what happens when you have 1 million, 2 million, 3 million? Remember, this doesn't stop because of the founder position. People will come into this because you've introduced it to them. They will come in as a reseller, but they're also going to come in and say, I've been looking for this all my life, just like myself. I had chats with Red before we came into this company, and he said, I'm not doing this again. There's got to be a product. It's got to be in demand, whatever, before I do it. And what happened? We both fell into this, thank God. But yeah, I want everybody to just think about what is being done for us, and we're not paying anything for it. I hear people telling me, and I only brought this up because I hear it so much. I had a guy say something, blah, 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 this, and I should get, and I should have. And I said, wait a minute. Nobody here, Redfern, Chris Johnson, Julie, Lynn Nakamoto, everybody you could take of, Mike Williams, none of us were told or required to do anything. I'm not that guy. I worked when I worked. Nobody's telling me what to do. No one. But when you find something that you've been looking for, I want to share it. I want to help people. What I did, what I'm doing, what Red does, what Chris does, they can speak for themselves, is because we wanted to. We finally after getting turned on over on the fire over and over. My big ass looks like a Big Mac right now from getting burnt so much. And all the businesses I've been in, they weren't businesses, forget it. All the shams I've been in. When you see something like this, do you want to talk about, shout, run your mouth until you can't talk? Yep, you're damn right. And I looked back, 1,590 days minimum. I never missed a day doing something for ONPASSIVE, and it wasn't because Mr. Mufara told me to do so. It had nothing to do with that. I did it because I thought, oh my God, people need to hear this. I want to help people. And we're into it. We're into it. Nobody tells Red to cook. He loves making, he loves cooking. He loves recipes. He loves trying new things. It's something that's a passion. ONPASSIVE became my passion. I didn't have anything. After I wound up on disability, I thought, wow, I hit my freaking goal. I hit my limit at 42. I'm done. It's all downhill from here. And come to find out I was wrong. I found in something like this that I'm going, well, I have a reason why, again, bigger than what I had. Go figure, at 59 years old. Anyway, I just want to say, I want you people to open up. We're here to inspire, because motivation only lasts as long as your memory, okay? It will fade. I remember going to these big get-togethers, and there's thousands of people. I went and saw Les Brown, and there's all this hype. I'm getting all riled up, and I'm freaking cheerleader, right? I go home, it dies down. Why? Because it's not really me. It's not really me. But when you feel it, and it's in you, I don't need anybody to motivate me. So what we do, even if we have a couple inches higher on this mountain and we got a little better view, our job is to let you know, hey, what we see is unbelievable. When they grab you, and eventually they see what you see, and you go on and up and up and up. Anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about today, and I figured that out about 7 minutes ago. But that to me, just look at where we're going, look where we've been, look where we are. I did a video on the history of the high-tech companies. All of them started in a garage or in an attic, and none of them had a plan. Yeah, they wanted to stay in business, but you can't tell me when he was doing books, Jeff Bezos, that he said, one day I'm going to deliver stuff all over the world. No, it happened. It just happened. We started off on the Burj Khalifa, not an attic. Where do you go from there? Up. And we even said, well, why do you know, I was thinking to myself, Ash starts at the Burj Khalifa. How are you going to beat it? We beat it every single time. So it's only up, up and away for sure. Anyway, that's all I have right now, and I'll turn it over to Red.
Thanks very much, Marty. Good inspirational talk in there, and we love when you do it as well. So let's bring you up to date then, guys, before we circle back round to what's been happening. Update-wise, you will notice in your ecosystem, your OES, that the OConnect timer has been reset for another 7 days. Do the maths. 7 onto 24 makes 31. Yep, that's it. That is the 1st of June. Absolutely amazing. Bang on time. Is it going to go live on the 1st of June? We will wait and see, hear from our CEO, but he certainly said that any time after the 1st of June, you can expect to see OConnect in your back office as a paid product. Our CEO also said on Monday that he is expecting to have a corporate webinar this week sometime. In fact, he actually asked me what day, and I said any day except for yesterday. So we are waiting, anticipating for a corporate webinar sometime this week. Obviously, between the three of us and many other of the ONPASSIVians, will let you know when that is. Details will be either in the pop-up in the O-Founders back office or in the pop-up on your OES ecosystem. Other things that have been happening as far as the ecosystem is concerned, a new link has popped into the My Links section, link number 21. Remember, guys, these links aren't coded yet to you. Again, we're expecting these to be going live anytime this week, as was promised from our CEO. And we're also expecting, as promised from our CEO, the new revamped version of OMail to be dropping in there. They're working at the moment as well on ONet, finalizing, fine-tuning. That is looking really, really smooth at the moment. I've been using it and clicking around. Everything is working extremely well there as well. Remember, just because we might not be seeing it physically in front of us does not mean that they are not working, beavering away in the background. He has said from word go, the worst you will ever see it is on the very first day. And I really do agree that now the ecosystem smooth, logging in super quick, and also navigating it around your ecosystem, I think you'll all agree is really, really easy. So let's circle back round then to Saturday. None of us, and I mean absolutely none of us here knew anything about what it was all going to be. Jane, actually, my wife, picked up on the clue. Fuel your enthusiasm. Fuel, now we know, cars, fuel, very clever. She picked up on that one. And Ash actually, not always, but a lot of the times, puts a little bit of these cryptic little pointers into the pop-ups, doesn't he, of what things might be coming. I think we need to pay particular more attention to these pop-ups to try and get a little bit of a gauge of what is going on. So he came on, and what a show it was. As Marty said, make sure you go onto the ONPASSIVE official site, okay, and you go and have a look at the completed version of all the cars going around the streets with great music in the background, and also the edited version of the O-Tracker Burj Khalifa show that we saw at the end of it. If you stayed on the ONPASSIVE official channel, you would have also seen straight after that a brand new video as well of taking us around the globe, different locations, etc. That was new as well from O-Founders. Ash also showed us that fantastic 5-minute plus video of the concert and how all that went together. Absolutely brilliant. And this is just the start. This is just the pinnacle, guys, of what O-Media are doing in the background. Remember, O-Media is not just about ONPASSIVE. It is not just for ONPASSIVE. There is large now, very large corporations that are approaching O-Media to do their advertising, to do their marketing. Why? You only have to look at it. It is cinema TV quality, what they do, the way they edit it, the way they put it together. It's like watching a movie. Now, this is why companies are going to O-Media, because they want that same quality. What does it mean for us? Any revenue that comes into ONPASSIVE, guess what's going to happen? ONPASSIVE take their part, as was explained by Ash Farah, and he will very freely and willingly give as much as he is legally possible to us, the foundership, or as he is saying now more and more, I hope you've noticed, affiliates. We are definitely moving away now from that terminology of founder. He wants us to start using the word affiliate. Why? Because it incorporates not only the foundership, but also the upcoming resellers that will be coming into ONPASSIVE. They will be known as affiliates. So let's start using the right terminology within ONPASSIVE, as our CEO is doing, and we will obviously then bring you up to date if there isn't any change in that. Also, remember, from the 1st of June, we start that clock ticking on that founder's position. 1 year from the 1st of June, you will have all the benefits of the founder within your ecosystem. What's going to happen after that? I have absolutely no idea. I'm not even contemplating, worrying, and anxious about anything. All I know is, as long as I adhere to the rules, regulations of ONPASSIVE, then I will be in a very good place with the end of that year's term. What else? Ash came on Monday, fun day, really relaxed. I haven't seen him that relaxed for a long time. He loves being with you guys. He loves being with his family, his friends. It's where he kicks back. He likes to relax. You only had to see the guy. He was laughing and joking, telling stories. This is what I absolutely love about our CEO. He is for us. He is with us every single step of the way. Marty's touched on this. He didn't have to do it, guys. He's done it because he wants to share. He wants to be in a position where he can help us, but also to teach us as well, to make the difference. And the platform that will help every single one of us make the difference is ONPASSIVE. That's why we're all here. Anyway, I think I've said enough because I had nothing. Over to you, Chris.
Well, guys, that was absolutely wonderful. And you know what? I think I called Marty and Red early this morning yesterday. I said, man, I'm having a tough time this week. What can I really talk about? And I dug deep this morning of what I really wanted to talk about. And it is about ONPASSIVE, but it's also about the people in ONPASSIVE and the world. My week was pretty hectic this week. Some things broke here. I had to get it fixed. My sprinkler system was watering my neighbor's garage instead of my grass. Little stupid stuff that I still think I live like a king compared to many, many founders in this world. Now, I've had the opportunity to get to know a lot of these founders from literally every part of the world, and they've told me their hardships, and they told me how they can't wait for this all to happen. Only God really knows each individual and what they're going through. I know a lot of people's stories, but I don't really walk in their shoes per se. And I think about my life every day and how great it is. I have 2 eyes. They don't work that good, but they work. I got 2 hands, 2 legs. And I think about all the people out there who don't have just those things and how lucky I am and how blessed I am. I want to tell you to all those people out there who maybe never had a break, maybe because where you live, there really wasn't a good job. You didn't have the ability to help out your community because of that. In the near future, guys, this is from Chris Johnson. In the near future, whether your life's bad or good, there's going to be a change. And I wrote a lot of stuff down here because I want to say this right. To all the founders who live in countries far away, some I've never even heard of. And I'm going to say Papua New Guinea because I had no idea what Papua New Guinea was until I got in ONPASSIVE. That change you have been praying for is coming. The change that for some countries have been waiting for many years. In other words, governments, important people, billionaires have known about these issues of starvation, bad water, just corrupt, and no one has ever done anything about it. And I can actually say that no one has ever done anything about helping Africa with their water problems. All right, and many other countries. Why are kids starving? To this day, I'm still blown away by that. We have multi-billionaires shooting rockets into space. God love them, it's their money. I still say there's so many things on this earth that can be fixed before we start shooting rockets into space. That's just my personal opinion. They want to do things with their money. It's great. I still say Elon Musk. The other day I had a quote. Someone asked him, what are you really doing for humanity? Everything Elon Musk has been doing, believe it or not, is for humanity. He's trying to change a lot of things in different ways. I actually have a lot of respect for Elon Musk in a lot of ways. You're going to be that future leader in your country for ONPASSIVE. The change that's coming your way, you're going to be a part of to help your country build itself back up where things were wrong. Okay. Ash Bafar stated the other day, which love to hear it. He's got a plan for Obless. It's not a, what he called, it's not a, like what Chris is doing, trying to help some people. It's not a Band-Aid fix. He's got a permanent solution. And I've been waiting for someone in this entire world to actually say something like that. And he said it. Brought tears to my eyes. My heart started racing. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. That's all I can say. I think that's amazing that you got a guy who literally gets punched every day, called names. We get beat up, guys. We really do, but nothing like how he gets beat up. And he keeps going forward. And I got a lot of respect and admiration. I don't have the tolerance that he does, but I'm learning. I know Marty and Red got their tolerance levels also. Does it bother us when someone says something bad about us or our family members or the CEO who's trying to change the world? It sure does hurt. But Ash tells us, don't worry about it. I know where I'm taking you. You know where you're going. That's all you need to know. Naysayers, negative people. My favorite saying, I love this, and I want y'all to hear it again. Even if a bee could explain to a fly why pollen is better than poop or caca, as Susie says, the fly wouldn't understand. Don't waste your time explaining positive reasoning to negative people. I love that. Now, we do come across a lot of negative people, but here's my guarantee. The negative people were just never educated on what we really do. They only heard stories. They only read the stuff on the internet they thought was right. And there's a lot of things, I hate to tell you this, there's a lot of things on the internet that's just not right. I mean, I tried the pill that you could take once a day and you never have to exercise. You can eat all the chocolate and candy and you're going to lose 100 pounds. I got news for you. It doesn't work. I tried it. That's the kind of stuff that's on the internet. But when you have a guy that comes out and says, listen, I just want to change things. I've seen the corruptness. I've witnessed it. I do have a better way. You just got to believe in me. I do have a vision. I have his dreams has started coming true, I'd say 5 years ago, when people start piling on saying, yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. He's been doing it for 5 years. You remember how we said the finish line? I think he passed the finish line, guys, already. I really think we already won this race. It's just a lot of people haven't seen it yet, but you will. There's a very soon time that everything that's going on in your life that's so horrible, and I know there's a lot out there, it's going to change for the better. That's why I have nothing but respect for Ash Mafara. Do I want to put all my burdens on Ash Mafara? No, I don't. It's not Ash Mafara's fault that there's people starving. It's not Ash Mafara's fault that you lost your job. What he's doing is he has fixes for all these things that you've been getting your ass kicked for your entire, excuse my language, for your whole life. He's got something. He's got a new ass kicker, and it's called ONPASSIVE. It's truly going to come in, and it's going to change your world. He's never promised us nothing, but what he does say is, I got something for you. And we already see the got somethings. We know what's coming. Just so connecting O'Mail. I mean, O'Mail, the more I look at it and the more I really go through, I'm like, gosh darn. And I'm not a techie guy. Pretty darn cool, and it's free. Ash Mafara has a plan for anyone. Anyone, no matter who you are, what you eat, hard-boiled eggs and barbecue sauce. He even accepts me. Okay? All right, Ash, I had to say it. I'm going to tell you why. Ash Mafara has a drive that I wish I had 30 years ago. His drive isn't about money. His drive isn't about success. His drive is to change the world for the better. How can you fault someone like that? How can anyone say something bad about people that just want to change things? All right. So I'm going to say that the naysayers, I know you're watching this, and that's okay. I believe that I'm educating you, and Ash Mafara is educating you on what's coming. And eventually, when you see what we really have, because you don't know everything, because you're not part of this, you're going to join my team. I guarantee it. You'll be using an ONPASSIVE product to do your silly stuff. but I think you'll see a whole different way. And I believe that. I believe that. Our responsibility as founders, now this is my opinion, but I hope you make it yours. And listen to me, our responsibility as founders is to enjoy the new life ONPASSIVE will bring to all of us. That's something you probably didn't expect me to say. Let me say it again. Our responsibility as founders or affiliates, let me correct that, Redfern. All right, is to enjoy the new life ONPASSIVE is going to bring us. The other responsibility is to go out and touch lives and create the same change for them as Ash Mafar did for us. That's your only responsibility, guys. No one's asking you to go stand on a corner and preach. All right. What he's asking you to do is just go touch someone's lives. Change one life a day, make it better. I'm not this. I don't need updates. This is the honest to God truth. Red and Marty do a great job doing updates. I don't need them because I already know. I already have this trust that you wouldn't believe that I know what's going to happen. And it's going to be good. And the thing is, I wish I had a satellite up there shining down on the world and watching the change that's going to come our way. All right. This is just my opinion. I had nothing really to give you new because Red and Marty cover everything else. But I want you to just be thankful for where you're at. Is it as fast as you want? I think we're way ahead of schedule. Are you hurting right now? A lot of you are. I know this personally. Okay. Is it Ash Mafar's fault? No, it's not his fault. But what he's doing is trying to change that for you. So I say give him the respect. Always thank for him. Always put him in your prayers. Okay. Marty said something about putting the birch cleaver. None of us could have done that. But we can represent ONPASSIVE with a good, clean heart, an ethical, showing them what this company is all about. Because I think the world really needs ethical. I think the world needs clean. And I'll go back to the news channels. I've yet to turn on a news channel this week. I've done it a couple times for test to see something that's actually good in this world. I really want to say, hey, man. Hey, Fox News. Hey, CNN. You guys hear about this company that's going to bring some good news to your channel? That's what ONPASSIVE is going to do, guys. And don't be surprised if that doesn't happen in the near future. But right now, I don't have to hear anything Ash has to say because I know what's coming. Do I have a different perspective? Because where I'm at on this panel, no, I'm just like you. I'm just like Red. Just like we're all the same, except we got a little bigger mouths. Okay. And I'm going to bring my final thoughts when we're doing something a little different on some corporate webinars coming up. Okay. A lot of people don't understand the rules. Marty always takes his time to make a nice video and send to people that are going to be on the panelists. We still get a little grief about that, but the goal now is to bring people on that's never talked to Ash Mafara. We want some good questions, good, smiley, fun people, not the same old farts, including myself. One of the rules that we ask, and Marty puts in there, and I told Marty I want to reiterate this. When you come onto the panel as a guest to say hello to Mr. Ash or ask a question or whatever you want, as soon as you're done, we ask, no, we're telling you, I'm going to put it this way. I'm telling you, you put yourself back into the attendees list. Okay. Why? So we can have another person out of the million people to come on and talk to Ash Mafara. That's what we ask. A lot of people still don't understand that. Now, Ash does have a few people says, I want them on the panel, keep them on there. And we do it. But Ash Mafara makes a pretty good list. But we want someone new. He wants to see new people hear different thoughts. So please remember that and respect that. A lot of us work around the clock, believe it or not, whether you believe it or not, to do things the right way, to make sure ONPASSIVE goes smooth. Marty DeGarmo does many things on his late at night to make sure, how do? We got to get it right. We want people to understand that we do have some rules that we got to follow, especially if you're a corporate webinar. So that's all I got. I'm talking way too much. Just be blessed at where you're at. And if you're hurting right now, like Narelle Warcon, I know she's hurting. We're praying for you. anyone that's hasn't eaten or maybe living in bad conditions, we are praying for you, but that change is coming and it's coming soon. God bless you all. Marty DeGarmo, back to you.
I knew you had nothing that would be pretty good, Chris. Great job, by the way. You too, Red. One thing I wanted to add too, I don't know if it was said, go to go to ONPASSIVE YouTube channel. They got a new video out, upcoming soon, that says Tracker. It's pretty cool. And when you see stuff like that, they're getting ready. They don't do anything just boom. They build it up before they launch it. So it's a good video. Well, all their videos are really, really good. Anyway, I don't have a whole lot more. If you guys are done, yeah, they're done. And thanks, everybody. I mean that. Please be careful. If you're on a webinar, you hear a webinar, you hear someone talking. If they're talking about something that we haven't been told from Mr. Mufara, ask them very pleasantly, shut up. No, I'm just kidding. Tell them, don't bring that up. It's not a good idea. I hear people insinuating money, insinuating this. Every time MONEY comes out loud in a webinar by somebody insinuating what's going on or what they think's going to go on, it causes problems for the company. I'm going to say something again, probably many times. I want everybody to keep in mind, no founders can come into ONPASSIVE no new people can come into ONPASSIVE except through a founder. Boom. And this is very important. This should cover a lot of stuff. It's a secret, but I'm going to tell you. If somebody has the what if, I don't understand, what is it, where we go? The CEO of the company is Ash Mufara. I'll see you all, and thank you very much.